why don't we start the meeting? Someone might want to make a motion to accept the minutes.
Second.
Okay, so the minutes have been approved for February 2nd. The Curtisville project, I went and talked to Tony and Mike last week concerning these, so we'll just give an overview of the Curtisville Birds project. I don't know if you saw it that Mike sent us. It looks like the schedule is going to start the latter part of March and it's going to be done the latter part of May. So that's they're coming in, doing it, and getting out. So it's so that's going to be a good project that's going to be done this spring. Tuckerman Bridge update. It's, we're just waiting for the town meeting for the approval of the money for that project. Park Street Pump Station. Tony, you want to, you sent us that information and you want to just go over that a little bit?
It looks like Tony's not connected to audio, so he might have to re-log in.
Okay, because I see where it says connecting and.
Yeah, he doesn't have audio for some reason. He should probably log out and then re-log in.
Hey, Tony, can you hear us? Log out and then log back in.
Maybe someone should call him if you can, or I'll send him a note on the chat.
Yeah, because we really should hear from him on this.
Won't it be wonderful when we reach herd immunity and we can behave like normal people?
Oh, you know, Don,
Yeah.
we have also that abatement. I don't think I put it on the agenda, but that abatement for 7 Glendale Middle Road.
Yeah, I had that on the latter part of the,
Okay, that's fine. I just didn't know.
while Tony's trying to do some, but we can actually talk about that. They contacted me concerning their high water and sewer bill. And Mike came over and took a look at everything. And what was discovered was that they had a soaker hose and they have this timer system set up. So obviously they were using a tremendous amount of water. So Mike suggested that they contact the town and apply for an abatement for the sewer only. So that's what that abatement form is. It's abatement for the amount of $594.19. And that's just the sewer only. And that's the three, average bills for the sewer. And that's what that's about. So I just want to let everyone know about that. John, are you all right with that abatement? And Peter?
Yeah. Is this a separate abatement, or was that the last month's meeting that I had read that there had been an elderly woman whose daughter was speaking in her behalf, whose cellar got flooded because of a furnace problem?
Yeah, that was last month. This is
That
different.
was last one. So this is the second.
This is the second. Yeah.
Another.
No, I'm good with that. I think that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that as well.
Okay, great.
Very good. So Jennifer, when that's ready to be signed, you just want to let me know and
If you want to come in, be there tomorrow morning if you want to come in, or
yep.
Thursday morning,
No, tomorrow
or all day Friday.
No.
So just, you can call me,
Wednesday morning. That's fine. So
Okay.
that's going to work. Good.
Okay.
Tony, you there?
I'm here finally. Sorry about that.
No,
Had a little technical difficulty.
If everybody all get the shots and stuff. Park Street Pump Station, Tony, just want to, sent that thing to us concerning that.
So we've been working towards getting a number for budgetary purposes. And we haven't had all of our, we've gotten the first round of numbers for the Park Street Pump Station in regards to a submersible setup for which is identical to what we have in Glendale and not identical, but very similar to what we have in Glendale and Goodrich Street. I don't know. Did you guys get that attachment and have time to look at it at all?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yes.
I didn't know if you did or not. There's a whole host of items. I had a video or a phone conference call with Mike Canales, myself, and the engineering company on Friday, and there's a whole host of things that we went over. Starting with number one of the first things that I saw where we can save some money, hopefully, in the conventional. Let me step back. There's two different opinions of probable project cost, and obviously one is design build, which is kind of a turnkey, if you will, for the town, the left-hand column. And the other one, the alternative project delivery method, would be the town as the general contractor, which I'll be straight up with you guys. I'm a little bit leery of being the general contractor personally myself. Just a lot to do, a lot of responsibility. My own personal feeling. I've never taken on a project like that before. We've always done things where we're totally involved, but we're not the person who is creating the job, if you will. So with that said,
Tony, I totally agree with you. I mean, this is a field that I have a fair amount of expertise in, and trust me, the town doesn't want to be the GC.
yeah.
So I'm in total agreement with you.
I just kind of wanted to kind of spin that out there right off the bat. Definitely want to be involved with day-to-day probably stuff, as we always have been with projects kind of like this, whether it's been water tanks or, water main improvements, sewer pump stations, which we've built, wastewater treatment plant upgrades. But to be the lead person when, you're working for the town in another kind of position, I think we could be headed where, it might not work out that well for the town. Anyway, so with that said,
I agree.
Excuse me?
I agree with that, Tony.
So with that said, we can just run down a few of the items that jumped out to me where we could save some money, and we've had discussion with the contractor or with the engineer already. Start at the top, item number one. He has in parentheses bypassing for 4 weeks, bypass pumping the station. My first question to him when we met via phone conference on Friday was that could we keep our station active throughout the project? My understanding was we were going to build the station next to the one we have, and when it was ready to be started up and tested, we would just bypass the flow from one to the other, where we wouldn't have to bypass pump for 4 weeks. So there's, he's going to get back to me. That's the first question I had, where, there'd be some apparent work in a manhole and maybe creating some kind of method to turn the flow over to the new station, which would be a cost, but I think that there's a considerable cost savings for the town right off the bat with item number one, where $35,000 for 4 weeks pumping. It's a little pricey to me.
Yeah.
So fencing, let's skip down to item 5, fencing, landscaping of pavement. I mean, currently our station sits in the grassy area of the Park Street Park. On the plan, it does not show a paved driveway to the station. So my question to him was, if we take the paving away from that, I mean, fencing and landscaping, I think that we probably could do that for like half of the money. But he's going to get back to me.
Yeah, that makes sense too. Yeah.
Yeah. Looking at some of the other things, the components like item 12, he calls out Homa pumps. Basically what that means is he's priced out a pumping system that's, you know, above middle of the road, which for 17 or 19 homes, I think it is probably more than adequate for us. In the initial design of the $728,000 station that we had a couple years ago, 3 years ago, for instance, the pumps that he called out were $60,000. So, you know, so you can't actually call out homeless. He just kind of used that for a spec, for a price range. It's that or equivalent. So we would get something along those lines. So I was kind of happy. That was kind of a cost saving for us there. And the other things are, you know, compared to the other project, obviously the one at the very bottom, the generator with the outdoor weatherproof enclosure, we installed a new generator down there in 2014, which is 25 kW. And I think Dave might have just missed that, and he's going to update this for us when he submits the two other alternatives. He'll have this draft updated.
That's some good.
So what we might have to do, we might have to pour or cut the pad in half to get back into the conduits to reroute them to the new station, because they're all poured in concrete and going to the existing. So there might be a little bit of work there. I don't foresee hopefully having to move the generator, but we actually have the unit. So that's the cost, the upfront cost right there.
You could save $100,000 there.
Yeah, I think that cost us about 40, John.
Yeah, plus, I mean, you know, the temporary bypass piping, the pump and all that.
Hopefully, I mean, you know, there'll be some work. You know, it won't be cost free, because they'll have to do something to create the bypass and all that stuff. I mean, to create the flow to divert and everything. I guess there's a number that needs to be determined yet. So we're a little preliminary here. We're starting to get started and look at stuff on paper, have conversations, ask questions.
Yep.
You know, moving forward, if you will.
Good. Yep.
Yeah, finally, I hear you. So I guess what we're hoping to do is by the end of this week, have the other two alternatives on paper, and then get a feel from what Dave and Prickett and his associates have done for us, as far as, you know, what kind of money that Mike Canales wants to try to secure for us. You know, and obviously you guys will have to vote on that and everything. It'll probably be at the April meeting. I would think we would have it.
Yeah.
Our goal is to have something along those lines. He did a quick little printout for me using the $728,000 number, which I can't remember exactly what the subtotal was for the 20-year note, but it was under $40,000 a year. And that was at the high end of the $728,000 quote from 3 years ago. So hopefully, you know, it gets finance committee blessing and
20-year note.
That's what he figured, a 20-year note. And I don't want to speak for him, because he's been doing all that kind of configuring, and I think he's anxious to get good sound numbers before he presents to you guys. You know, to really let you know exactly what the numbers will be, and how he wants to handle the payment, the payment of it.
Yeah.
Now, I have a question.
Sure.
This is not like the Curtisville Bridge that comes out of the water sewer budget. This is coming out of the town budget, correct?
No.
No, it will be a 20-year borrowing note that will be paid back yearly by the sewer department's user fees.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing on the tax roll, John.
Nothing on the tax roll, John.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Tony. That's good.
Tony,
Yes.
Tony, could you email that to me so that
Sure.
so that I have it just for the record and stuff?
Sure.
Thank you.
No problem.
Okay. John, did Mike get in touch with you concerning the forestry?
No. He and I didn't get a chance to speak.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you and I had spoken, I think, about it.
Yeah.
And you mentioned that we are actively doing this. What I wanted to get a picture of is how much this is costing us in terms of forestry services. And we're contracting it to somebody. And I guess my other question was, I guess my question is, why do we get involved with that? Why doesn't the town? Well, I know we own the land, right? So it's our responsibility to do it.
Yeah.
And it's been,
Okay.
and it's, yeah, and through the years, and you've been chairman now for so long, you probably can answer it. It's been a positive thing for us to do. It isn't something that we'd want to give it to someone else, say back to the town, let the town own it or something, and let them worry about it.
Right. This is something that the state has encouraged us to do. And as I went, let you know, other towns, not many towns do this forestry project.
Right.
Like we're very active in this, and we've been doing it for years. What we do is we mark trees that are necessary. Poplar seems to be the trees that that Jeff is interested in harvesting now, and what happens is that the people who were interested in this poplar. They wanted to bring the big trucks in up near the new tower, the new standpipes on Quiet Knoll, and we're against that because it's going to tear the road up. So talking with Mike the other day, he said that Jeff did have people that are interested in this project, so which is good. And another thing too, John, is that the town gets the revenue from this. We do all the work, but the town gets the revenue. We checked with our town council, and that's the way it is. So, and it sometimes it's fairly substantial. It all depending on the bidding, and but we have some very good people who come in and harvest the wood, and we have very strict guidelines. 3-foot slash, that's it when they finish. And again, as I said, past the causeway going to 102, you look on the right-hand side, that forest there, and that's one of the areas that we did forest years ago. And it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, it's really a nice job. So it's something that we do, and it's ongoing all the time. And we also do plantings when it's necessary. So we're very active maintaining that forest.
And we obviously know best how to handle the waterways, and we probably are more sensitive about the way that they work because we are responsible for that Averick Lake, and of course we watch the way they do it. So yeah, I fully agree that that's probably the best be continued. Yeah.
And also, Tony, am I right on this? We do have a road that goes all the way around the back of that lake.
Yes, if you go from the Green Gate, which is across from the old McDuck's Field.
Yep.
That you can go, you can either hike it or whatever. It goes all the way around the lake and comes all the way back down around by the standpipe and
Nice.
At the end of Quiet Knoll Road.
And that's something that we're instrumental in doing.
Yes,
now, where are you entering this, Tony? Are you entering this from, say, that 102?
No,
Well,
from
if you were-
Maverick Road.
Yeah, there's a Green Gate off of Averick Road, about halfway down from Route
Oh,
102.
about halfway down. Okay, I thought at the beginning. All right.
Yep, there's a fire access road, I guess you could call it, or
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah,
a logging access
the
road. which
logging
is-
access. Yeah.
And it goes all the way around the backside of the reservoir, all the way over to the Quiet Knoll tank.
Right.
And that's great for fire protection also. The trucks get over there also.
Yeah.
And there's other branches off it where they've used to pull logs down the mountain and stuff like that. And they
Mhm.
always are good about, Jeff Jourdain is a really conscientious forester who we've always used. And because of the watershed situation up there, when they're done logging, he's always an advocate of them regrading the road and putting in water bars. And actually, Mike and I have gone up there on several occasions after the fact and put in culverts and things to make the logging process a lot easier for the loggers, so they don't have to slog through mud and create sediment that would make its way down to the lake.
Yeah. Right. Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a good project we do. Stockbridge Bowl Steering Committee, John?
We had a meeting. We're having another meeting this Friday. We discussed several things that are, germane to the water and sewer. We talked a lot about Dr. Cortman's evaluation, and he presented prior to the last meeting a very, very technical aspect of the various types of water plants, and how we should be very careful about being too, aggressive with things that would destroy the beneficial plants. I think it was Mike who raised the question as to whether we should be waiting till spring to gather more samples or going through the ice. See, I don't think that there's any purpose in doing anything right now. So we'd wait for the ice to melt, and then we'll carry on with the water samples that Mike and Tony have been doing. And other than that, we spoke briefly about the benefits of having new housing, new customers joining in and tying into our sewer, but that's something that's down the road.
Yes, yeah, for sure. Okay, good. I always put on there the access road progress, and as Mike says, it's ongoing. So
Well, there is a little bit of an update, and I'll fill you in quickly. Mike Cooley got a hold of Michael Buffoni and I about a week or so ago, and just kind of gave us a little synopsis via email. He's been working with the state. They want us to put in a culvert out by the road, and I think they want us to put in a small little sediment basin, which will be, if you're pulling in, I believe it's off to the right-hand side.
Where's this culvert going?
The temporary access road that the contractors were using while they were building the new highway garage. You may have
You're
used,
talking about the highway garage. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the
you
one
may
near
have
the
used
water.
the access. You may have used the access road for a time to go in and out of the dump.
Right.
We want to keep that permanent, John.
Yeah, we haven't gotten the state's okay to build it yet, or to finish it.
It's in the process. There's just some things that need to be buttoned up from the state's end, that the town, the state's requirements that the town need to fulfill to, I think, get the permanent curb cut.
Yeah.
Good. That's going to be good to have that on board.
Yes.
Definitely. Town report, Peter Sosha.
Yes,
You have some big shoes to fill, Sosha.
it's, I submitted that the other day to Teresa, and you all got editable copies in your email. So
I did not receive it.
it should be in
Right.
your town Outlook, Don. I copied you on the submission.
Okay.
I received it, Peter. Peter, I thought you did a great job, and I thought it was great.
Oh, thanks, Tony.
Tony, you just want to send me a copy of that?
I'll send you one, Don.
Can I get on that too, please, Peter?
Oh, absolutely. Did you check? It didn't come through on your town email, John?
I never checked my town email.
Okay.
I did, and I didn't see it.
You should have received it yesterday, but I'll send that out right
Oh,
after the meeting.
Maybe
to
it was
both of
late
you.
yesterday. I didn't check it late yesterday. Yeah, possibly it's there. Okay, I haven't checked it today.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Thanks, Peter. Tony, the private sewer lines, is there any updates with that?
Yes. So there was a handful that we were hoping to put on the town warrant. And so far, we've been able to successfully secure contact with, obviously, the folks on Quiet Knoll, because they wrote us the letter to initiate the process. But we also I've spoken to the person that runs the Riverbrook Residence down on Ice Glen Road. And obviously, I think I spoke last meeting about the Larry Wag Crossroad people in Bremen's old place. They're all for giving the town the sewer line that they didn't think they owned. And I'm working on Train Hill Road and Train Hill Road and Bean Hill Road. So hopefully we'll have all that want to join us and be part of, be not part of the private sewer anymore for the town warrant.
Okay.
So
Um,
Tony, I have just a quick question.
Sure.
And maybe you know this off the top of your head, maybe you don't. How much residual capacity do we have at the plant?
As far as like to take inflow, to take new
Yeah.
flow,
Yeah, just in rough terms.
around close to 200,000 gallons.
Which would equate to about 200 bedrooms, right?
What is it? 110 gallons per day per bedroom?
Yeah.
Yeah, roughly, yes.
Okay. Just curious. Okay.
Yeah, we have good storage in that plant still, which is good. Anything else, Tony?
I sent you guys the budget just to kind of FYI.
Yep.
I don't know how, we did meet with the finance committee via Zoom last week, Michael, myself, and the police chief and the select board on the Thursday evening meeting, went over our budgets. We did cut the sewer budget by, I guess, $6,000, 5,000 out of electricity and 1,000 out of safety equipment. And they looked at everything else, had a few questions, but we're comfortable with the operating budget being reduced by 6,000. And I also just kind of sent you guys where, as of Friday, where our budget currently is, and we're looking pretty good here for being over halfway through the year with all our line items. Everything seems to be either halfway or below 50% at the moment. So I think we're going to be fine come May.
What about our sludge, Tony? We went out and got a new contract with our sludge haulers, didn't we?
Yes, and I think we're going to enter the last year of that come July 1. So
Okay.
we'll have to put that back out for FY23.
They've been pretty good, right? They've been holding the line on that?
Yeah, we've been the same for since 2004.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Peter, John, anything that you want to bring up at all?
No, I don't have any, I was looking at the budget and I was trying to make some heads or tails out of it. And it looks like we have a reduction of 3.24%. Am I reading it correctly, Tony?
The proposed budget?
Yeah.
Yes, that's correct.
So it's actually lower than it's been in the past years.
Yes. We've been asked to level fund for the past several, and this year we were asked to try to reduce without compromising anything majorly functioning at the plant. So when looking back at the electricity usage because of the solar array, Mike Canales and we felt comfortable with a $5,000 reduction there, and possibly a year from now, maybe even more than that, depending on to making sure that everything kind of keeps on track the way it's been.
Right.
That's great. That solar thing's coming through.
Yeah.
And in the safety budget last year, I budgeted $2,000, and I think I only spent like $900. So we just found that as kind of an easy way to kind of chop a little money out to just show that we can and without compromising anything that's critical.
Good.
Yeah, no, I have nothing else to add. Thanks.
Great. Peter?
Nothing else. Just if you and John would check your town Outlook email
Yep.
For that, and let me know if you don't get that town
Okay,
report.
all right, I'll check that when I get home, Peter.
Okay, very good.
All righty. With that, someone make a motion that we adjourn,
So moved.
Right.
and we'll see everyone in April.
All
Hopefully
right.
everyone will have their shots and maybe we can get together.
Great. Hopefully, yes.